Hey guys, Lance here. Welcome to another Lance Gaming. Don't forget the bell button, subscribe button, and get notifications to my channel. Alright guys, this video was done a while back ago, but I had to take that video down because it was copyrighted claim due to I had multiple different clips from other animes that are on this list. And this is my top 10 mecha anime of all time. Whatever's that first anime that's at the top of my list, that's the anime that I can keep going back and watching. Like, it could be like a year, it could be 2 years later or whatever, and still get that feeling as if it's a new anime. So we're going to start with the bottom of the list, which is number 10, and that's Valrave. Okay, so this anime was very strange. It was very strange indeed. It had a mixture of vampires, high-flying mecha battling. This anime was like revolved around like high school students in a colony fighting for their lives against opposing forces, trying to stop them from meeting their destination, which was Earth. The main character of this story is called Haruto. I think I'm saying that name right. One of those heroes who doesn't really have the confidence to be a hero. It's forced upon him. Given my opinion on this, when it came down to this particular character, like, you seen him evolve throughout the whole entire anime, from being like jittery and being cowardice all the way up into the hero towards near the middle in this anime. This anime, I believe, only had 2 seasons. It was very unique. It somewhere had a mixture between like vampire meets mecha, like which was very strange to me. I've never seen anything like it. It was very interesting in my opinion. The mechs were cool. The mechs looked really different from most mecha animes that I've seen so far. The designs, the colors, the characters on there as well. Even the other mechs that were on there had similar looks to the main mech, but they had their own distinct weaponry. And when it came down to their color schemes, it was totally different, especially when it came down to the heads of the mechas. But anyway, we're going to get on to my number 9, which is the Buddy Complex. Okay, I was very impressed with this anime as well for having such a combination: time travel meets mecha / warfare, which is a nice twist. The story is about a hero thrown 70 years into the future by his savior Hinata, who was sent back to the past to protect him from getting killed. This means of his time travel was from a mech she brought back with her soon after he was thrown into the future. He popped up on the battlefield and bam, there you go. He had to learn how to fight right on the spot. The woman that basically came from the future went back into the past to protect him for some particular reason, which you'll find out later in the anime. By the way, guys, this anime only had, I believe, 12 episodes. So if you guys are not manga readers, you won't pretty much know what happens after that. I don't even know what happens after that, after the 12 episodes, because I'm not a manga reader, so I really don't know. So this woman comes back to the future and tries to save him. She dies in the future, but he winds up meeting her later on in the future as well. But she's on the opposing team. She's on the enemy team, I believe. So now he has to fight and team up with another main character and pretty much win this war at the same time, to save their nation at the same time. But try not to kill this girl who pretty much gave him purpose and gave him the drive to survive in this war-torn world, which I find really cool. But I'm going to take a guess that the reason why they sent her back in time was because most likely whatever enemy they was fighting, they knew he came from the past and they wanted to get rid of him so he wouldn't appear in the future. So I find that interesting in a mecha anime, time traveling and high stakes battle. I think that's cool. So we're going to hit on to number 8, guys, and that is Nobunaga The Fool. A very nice take on old warlord mech battles to take over nations. This anime as I would say with Nobunaga, a very arrogant warlord at the time. He gains many allies, including Jonah Arc and other historical warriors as well. Also, magic being the topping of the cake. See, I watch many mecha animes, and you really don't see a lot of magic in mecha animes. You really don't. So this was one of the things that drew me in, especially when it came down to seeing all these different historical figures mixed into this anime, which I found really freaking different from the previous animes that I just got finished talking about. Nobunaga, you actually see him grow as a leader. He gains all different types of crew members to join his crusade, and basically becoming the ultimate warlord. In the beginning, he loses somebody, and then basically he builds up into the leader that you all well know. It's basically like a Nobunaga fantasy type world thrown in with mechas at the same time, which you guys will really enjoy the series. You need to give it a chance. It has some silly moments, it has love moments in there, it has some really like dire situations of death, of life and death in this anime, guys, and I think you'll really enjoy it. So I think you should give it a look-see. But also the mechs in this anime are phenomenal. It's nothing that you've never seen before. The designs are really cool, and also at the same time, like I said before, some of these mechs are powered by magic, which is freaking nice. But anyway, we're going to jump on to my number 7, guys, and that's Last Hope. Alright, this is a very interesting anime with the main character being the cause of millions of lives being lost. Now that is truly different. Over a device he created dealing with next generation quantum, which is called the quantum reactor. The enemy anime is a creature that goes by, was it Bria, an organic mechanical nightmare in this world, which is still looking for answers to how to kill these things effectively. Now you can watch this anime on Netflix. You can watch them in sub, you can watch it in English. The animation in this anime is really cool, and from my understanding, the main character, I guess, is kind of like a bad guy, but at the same time he's this scientist that is like a fiend for knowledge. But he let his fiend for knowledge get the best of him, and he decimated the whole city. They were basically trying to create a new power source, and that power source got out of hand and killed a lot of people. So he was banished from this place. But he winds up meeting this little girl who winds up becoming like his sister, and they're out there surviving in the wilderness while he's trying to make another reactor thing. So while I'm trying to make another reactor, he comes across the creature. The organic creatures that's just still running amok on the outside of the town and whatnot, and he pretty much like decimates the creatures, and the people that lived in the city, like out of the city, seen that what his capabilities were, like especially like the army, and they wanted to bring him back in because he found a way to take down the creatures more effectively. So they want his knowledge, but at the same time, he's like basically like kind of like on a probation in this facility too. They want to give him access to everything because they're not sure what his intentions really are. So in the beginning, I wasn't sure what his intentions were at the same time too, which I'm not going to give too much away because I want you guys to check it out. It's a really cool anime, guys. So just give it a look-see. Then we're going to hit on to the next anime. Alright, and this is my number 6, Alderon Zero. Yet another anime about children going to war with beings from outside of their pay grade. A struggle of survival along with high risk. The anime is about Inoha, along with his classmates and a few adults fighting for their lives due to the Empire of Mars Princess was killed, which caused an all-out war between both the two planets that were seeking peace during the time. Now, I can't say too much because I might accidentally give it away, so I'm going to try to simmer it down as much as I can. Now, from me watching this anime once, season 1 and 2. When you see this anime, you're at the edge of your seat. Is because you got these kids piling these doggone mechs, fighting doggone big giant like spider like monster like robots. They kind of almost look like the robots from Halo. If any of you guys ever watched Halo, those big walker Johns. But the main character literally will find ways and strategies to bring these robots down to their knees. And the robots are this freaking small compared to these giant bomb freaking robots. And you're just like, wow, this guy thought of this freaking plan to stop these big machines with his brilliance and with his classmates and stuff like that. His classmates is nothing to be slipped on either. But also, government officials, these army people at the same time are listening to this kid's plans and how to destroy these doggone mechs, and at the same time they got to sit up here and try to save civilians while they're doing this. And it's just like a high stake action, like from the beginning to the end of this anime. But also when you get to that kind of climactic part, you're satisfied with the ending. I was very satisfied with the ending. and I want you guys to check this anime out. It's really, really cool. I won't steer you wrong on this one right here. I think you should check it out. But anyway, we're going to go on to my number 5, and that is Robotech. Now, if you're really interested in old school anime, not just mecha, this would be the answer. I didn't watch this anime till I got very deep in anime, I would say. A battle between an alien race versus a human race, forced to leave their home due to most of the world was attacked. The last of the human race was forced to leave the Earth in a highly equipped alien ship that can hold millions of humans. Rick Hunter, along with a large cast of pilots, defending the ship and the last of the human race. Also, guys, at the same time too, by them doing all this, they after they left Earth, they're literally traveling the galaxy, trying to get far away from the Earth that they love so much, just so they can try to survive. And the ship still has mysteries in it as well. This ship is freaking large, and the ship is still having tons and tons of secrets. This thing can even freaking transform. So they're basically trying to hold on to the whole population of the half the population of the Earth, and at the same time they're trying to get back to the Earth at the same time by circling, like, I guess somewhat circling the galaxy, and then eventually turn it back to the Earth so they can basically repopulate the Earth at the same time while fighting these alien species and stuff. Also, the other thing that drew me to this anime was Robotech Battle Cry. And the reason why I was drawn to Robotech Battle Cry was because I love the mechs that was in Robotech. They're transforming jets. This was the first time I actually seen a transformable jet. Well, let me stop there. Starscream. Let me stop right there. Now, I've seen a transformable jet before, but this one could change between a jet and a mixture between a robot and a doggone jet at the same time, which is freaking dope. And then it could turn to a full robot at the same time. Now, guys, for you guys who haven't seen Robotech Battle Cry, I suggest that you take a look at this game. It's cel shaded. It's about a main character named Jack. This is going on during the Robotech saga, like a side story, guys. And I have played the other Robotech, I think it's called Robotech Invasion, but that's more so years later when they repopulate the Earth. Oops, said too much. But I'm trying to pull back and not give too much because I was really excited about this anime. But anyway, we're going to go on to my next number, guys. I'm sorry about that. And that is number 4, Code Geass. Now, my brother and I watched this anime recently. However, I watched the first season years ago, and some of the second season as well when this anime first was released, which was in subs only. The anime is about Lelouch, a prince of the nation of the Holy Empire Britannia. He seeks revenge on his father who killed his mother. This anti-hero stages a whole war to get to his main goal, which is revenge. Okay? Now, as you go through this whole entire anime, this anime has you question a lot of things, and it has you scared for Lelouch because you don't want this guy getting caught, as he's basically the villain anti-hero Zero, and Zero launches this whole scale operation to retrieve the nation of Japan. Now, if you want to get technical, Britannia would be like, I guess, like Britain, and Britain pretty much took over Japan. This is like way in the future and stuff like that. They take over Japan, and they pretty much like they treat the Japanese like trash. Now, Lelouch is basically British and Japanese. His mother's Japanese, and his father is British. And his father is a real a-hole in how he's treating these Japanese people. So it's up to Zero to foil his father's plan and to realize his own dreams and basically retaining his nation and setting his nation free, but at the same time getting vengeance for his mom. Now, I'm going to leave it right there. I'm not going to say nothing else, guys, because you want to check this anime out. It's death, love, mechs, and the mechs on that anime is freaking crazy. You got the Lancelot mech, and it goes through so many different renditions and changes, and Lelouch later on gets a mech as well, which looks really cool. And some of the designs and the leg work, like the leg works of the mechs on there, kind of almost looks like Xenogears to me. Like, looks like Weltal's legs and arms and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure you guys would enjoy this anime. But also, you could check out the movies too as well. You also have the DLC Game Ex Machina, which you could use the Lancelot mech skin or mech overall on Daemon X Machina if you download it for the PC or for Nintendo Switch. This DLC is free for the PC, I heard, but also I do believe the Nintendo Switch has DLC that's free as well too. Now we're going to head on to my number 3 pick, which is Eureka 7, which is freaking dope, by the way. Okay, so I will always have a spot for this anime in my heart due to I watched this anime 1 and 2 in subs way before the dub even came out. Way before the dub even came out. I want to say early 2000s. The anime is based on Renton, a 14-year-old kid thrown into a high-stakes adventure, all for a cute girl named Eureka and her mech. She's a part of a group of misfits that want to cause a change in their world due to it's run by the might of the military seeking power. Now, when it comes to this anime, you're going to see a lot of different things happening. Like, this anime makes a whole total 360. Like, one moment, the group that Renton is in, they're basically causing a disturbance and putting a message out there as a rebellion to pretty much to wake the people up. Just to wake the people up, to make them realize that, yo, the government is not all what it's cracked up to be. They're doing all this stuff behind the scenes. And the leader of this band of misfits used to be in the military, so he knows the ins and outs and what the military is capable of and what they're doing and stuff. So from that point on to near the end of the anime, which I'm trying to hold it in, I'm trying not to say too much, at the end of the anime some freaky crazy stuff happens which literally almost causes the world to go into uproar and go into a whole like reset, like of just destruction, guys, like everywhere. I'm talking about the human race could have been in at this anime, and I'm just gonna leave that part right there. Now the sweet part about this anime is the mech. The mech is because the reason why I say that is this mech is on a freaking surfboard, which you don't really see anything, you don't really see stuff like this. Whoa, let me hold myself back. There was a robot on this show I used to watch when I was a kid, CGI show called Beast Wars, and Optimus Primal was one of the first robots I ever seen that had a hovering surfboard, so I had to revert myself back. But anyway, this is the first mech I saw that has pretty much a surfboard, but also the surfboard can collapse and go into his back. It also can turn into a car, but also it has boomerangs that's like swords, but also this mech can use guns as well too. And it's alive. It has a mind of its own. And I said too much right there. So I think you should give this anime a chance. Whatever you do, do not watch Eureka 7 AO. That anime is more so about time travel. Now, I don't want to say too much too, because it still has the connection to the first one as well, and it basically tells you what happens to the main characters, but this has a lot to do with time travel. They also have movies as well, but the movies are always standalone. They really have no connection to the series, so you can watch those if you want. I wasn't interested in them. But you also have Eureka 7, New Vision 1 and 2. Now those animes are before, those games are before the anime, and those were released on PS2, guys. And I know that they're ashy, you ain't gonna know, but if you want to watch like a walkthrough of it just to get the story, I suggest you check it out, because it's a really good game, even though it's choppy in some senses. But I really had to get my mech full, and I really wanted to pilot one of those robots, guys. So we're gonna get into my next one, my next pick, which is my number 2 pick, Big O. All right. When I think of this anime, I think of the golden age of anime. Roger Smith was one of those heroes you could never ever forget. This anime I can best describe as a Mecha Matrix hybrid. It's a bit hard to explain, and I think every person that watches anime may get something different. Roger Smith's character was also basically somewhat like a Bruce Wayne. He was like Batman, I guess, in a sense. And if I say a little too much, I will give this anime away, because this just saying like a few things can just ruin the whole anime for you. But I'm just going to cut straight into Big O. Big O is this hulking, big behind giant robot with these large mechanized arms that pretty much, when it shoots off, it's like a shotgun burst. And he fights many of different mechs in this anime, guys. And some of these mechs have these unique looking looks to them. Some of those mechs, they have a mind of their own, like a spirit, I guess, in a sense, where they're pretty much decimating the city. And most of these robots tied to cases that Roger Smith is basically unveiling within this anime, guys. and I don't want to give too much of some of these cases as well, because it ties into a bigger plot of why these robots are decimating the city, guys. So we're going to get on to my next pick, guys, my final pick, my top one of all times, guys, okay, and that is Gundam Wing. Out of all the mecha anime, this was one of the ones that got me hooked on mecha, due to the Gundam design, the characters, the story, the drama, the action, the combat, and the politics within this anime. Once I seen this anime, I started my journey on hunting anime just like this, with high flying combat. However, I know that not everyone is into mecha, and you know, there's not a lot of mecha animes like they used to be. It's like mecha just fell from grace to me. It just, people don't care about it like they used to, and they really don't make a lot of mecha animes like they used to. And when it comes down to Gundam Wing, like the story is really simple, but at the same time it's complex, because you can get different views from different characters and stuff like that. Have your own interpretation at the same time of what these characters are initially fighting for, and their backgrounds at the same time. Hiro Yui is just one of those characters where, you know, he was bred for war. He was bred to do these things, to launch these plans for the colony. Pretty much what's going on is the Earth is pretty much trying to get a large footing on the colonies. They look down on them. They see the colony people as below them. They see them as peons and stuff like that. And what the Gundams are doing, the Gundams are pretty much trying to bring order to between both the people, between the colonists and between the Earth Federation. So basically they're going through these high stakes to realize the dreams of the colony people to be seen as equal, but actually at the same time too trying to foil the plans of the Federation. So throughout the whole entire anime, you'll see all the different Gundam pilots, and you'll see all the different things that they're fighting for, because not all of them are fighting for the same thing. Because each different colony region has their own means and their own reasons of why they want done what they want done. And each doctor that's in this anime designed their own Gundams to have specific goals in mind, but overall have a main goal in mind. And none of the Gundam pilots know about each other until this one fateful day that they all find each other. They find each other separately. But I already said enough right there. This anime also spanned many different games, like Gundam Versus, Gundam Extreme Maxi Boost, which will be coming out. Also, guys, I did a video on Maxi Burst of Reaction, but also I did a sign up beta video for April of next month. You guys check those videos out. And also you got Gundam Battle Assault 1 and 2 that was on the PlayStation, and Battle Assault 3 that pretty much kicked off of the look of the Gundam Extreme Versus series, guys. Well, when it comes down to it, that about does it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was fun for me to do. It was fun for me to relive those moments of all these mecha anime, guys. It was just like really it's just really exciting for me, guys, and I just can't believe that mecha just lost its footing. It just lost where it used to be, guys. And I just wish all you guys could enjoy all those animes that I did. And you can, just by looking them up and just by checking this list out, guys. I really think that you should give these mecha animes a chance. Also, I'm going to be doing other videos like this, probably my top 10 Gundams of all time, my top 10 Gundam videos of all times. So you can check that out in my top 10 anime, and just a bunch of different categories that I'm going to be doing, guys. And I just want to try some new things for my channel. And also, guys, I'm going to be doing some more gaming news, but also I want you guys to check out my discussion videos and my podcast videos, guys. But don't forget the bell button, the subscribe button to get notifications to my channel. Also, comment and like. Guys, do not forget to hit that bell button, guys. It notifies you for everything that's on my channel. But also, I'm going to put a link in the description below for my Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter and talk to me on there, but also my like page as well. And you can check me out on stream, because I'm going to be streaming some more was it Doom Eternal. But also, guys, you got the Resident Evil 3 beta that's out there, survival beta, but also the Predator beta's coming out as well. I'm just tripping over my words, guys. The Predator beta is coming out as well. But anyway, that about does it. This is Kill Lancer. We got more.